Good morning, virtual book clubbers. How's everybody doing this morning? We continue to read our virtual book club book, which is Simple Abundance, and we are on the January 28th entry, the Illustrated Discovery Journal. Knowledge of what you love somehow comes to you. You don't have to read, nor analyze, nor study. If you love a thing enough, knowledge of it seeps into you, with particulars more real than any chart can furnish. Written by Jasmine West. The key to loving how you live is in knowing what it is you truly love. To know what you prefer instead of humbly saying amen to what the world tells you you ought to prefer is to keep your soul alive. Robert Louis Stevenson reminds us, keeping our soul alive and nurturing our creativity is what interests us today. One of the most pleasurable ways to start finding out your personal preferences is by creating an illustrated discovery journal. This is your explorer's log as you begin to make your way into the darkest terra incognita, your authentic inner world. We feed our imaginations and get in touch with our authenticity by gathering together beautiful images that speak to our soul. You didn't know that the sun-drenched colors of Santa Fe call to you. Then why do you keep popping up pictures? Why do they keep popping up in your pictures? You thought American country was your style, but rose-covered chintz is what you're collecting on paper. Isn't that interesting? Here's an occasion when one picture speaks 1,000 words. Meditating on one visual image a day can jumpstart your creativity and lead to revealing insights. Today, get a blank black-bound artist sketchbook at an art supply store, a pair of sharp scissors, rubber cement, some of your favorite magazines, and put them all in a basket and keep it by your bed. And at night, before you go to sleep, when you are just a little drowsy, relaxed, and in a receptive state, flip through the magazines. When you see an image that you love, cut it out and paste it in your book. Don't try to arrange the pictures in any specific sort of way. Let the collages you create simply evolve. Soon they will give you directions about where your heart wants to go. I've also added quotes, sketchings, greeting cards, art postcards to my discovery journal, crafting with paper what the poet W.H. Auden calls a map of my planet. I think that's really a great idea. One is there's so many of us who don't even know what we like. We just kind of blindly go along with whatever's being served up to us. But if we really sat down, I know for me, I was so disconnected from myself that at one point in my life, I couldn't even tell you what my favorite color was. So being able to sit down and really learn and dig into who you truly are and what truly inspires you and brings you joy, it's going to be an interesting journey for you and for me to just kind of see what comes out. That's what I love about this particular, these two particular things that we've spoken about in the last 2 days. One about writing, just write. Don't think about don't think about spelling or paragraph structure or anything like that. Just write and get it out. With the Discovery Journal, you see a picture. If you stop for a moment in a magazine, then that's the picture. Don't overanalyze it. Just cut it out and paste it. Because by doing that, by not overanalyzing it, by just going with that flow state, you're able to really come in connection with that inner self, with those things that truly bring you joy. So some ideas for you. yes, they still sell magazines. So you can get them at most of your stores. Even things like Barnes& and Nobles has a magazine section. Most of your bigger grocery stores have a magazine section. If you don't want to spend the money, call your local library. That's what I did. I called the library, and because people donate stuff like that to the library, so definitely ask. And if they have any that they're getting ready to get rid of, you would love to have them. Go on social media. There are lots of like buy nothing groups or local, um, groups for your town, and just put it out there. Hey, does anybody have magazines they're looking to get rid of? You could also just use your computer, you know, Google images. Um, some magazines are actually online, so you could probably just take a screenshot of those and print them out to paste in your book. Um, those last couple options are a little more time intensive, and I think they don't have the same effect. But we are in a digital world now, so you do what you think is best. But I really do enjoy the idea of just kind of sitting there with some magazines right before you go to bed, cut out some pictures, and just paste them in your book. It doesn't have to be a black leather, there is no has to be. Um, I went over to Michael's and I got a really great newspaper. It's called the newspaper paper, and it's an art book, a sketch book, and I think it was something like $7 or something like that. But I got a really big one. Um, Note to self: I think I went a little bit too big. I definitely should have gone a little bit smaller, but I wanted to be able to really spread out and use colored pencils and all sorts of different things to add to my discovery journal. So, excuse me. Um, yeah, just make it fun. It doesn't have to just be, like she said, it doesn't have to just be magazines. If you see a quote that just really speaks to you that day, write it out. Write it in your discovery journal, or better yet, print it out and print it out on some pretty paper, or get some paint pens and put that in your discovery journal in a paint pen or a beautiful. They have those really pretty dual tip markers now. There's so many ways that you can really tap into your creativity and make your journal really a true testament to the things that you love in life. All right. Well, if you have a discovery journal or you're starting one, I would love to see a picture of what it is. So what it looks like, if you're willing to share. And you can post them in the comments. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.